Okay, I'd like to introduce Judy Lindsay now, who's doing one of our talks.
Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me okay? Thank you. Okay. You know, last night I completely changed my topic for this talk. And I was reminded of 30 years ago when I was studying jazz composition and performance. And at the same time I was working in what we used to call a banana band, what my university colleagues called a banana band. So it was issues with my slides, I'll keep talking. So the banana band, of course, is a band that plays weddings and receptions. And, you know, it's a way of making money, it's a lot of fun. So in this banana band, we were playing rock music, you know, bits and pieces, and with my jazz background, I was putting extended chords in, and my friends in the band were saying, "What are you doing? That's not the music." I'm saying, "But I love these chords." They're saying, "But no, it's simple music, right? The truth of the music is in the simplicity of the triad." And now you're going to see all my slides before I can get to them. My laptop's in the, oops. Do we want to? Oh, okay, I can keep talking about jazz if you like. How many people play jazz here? Alright, might be a limited topic then. Whoa, okay. Okay. Oh, so you're going to do the switching for me? Oh, excellent. So I can put this down. Okay. So this was meant to be the preamble, and what I'm basically saying is the truth is in the story, and this is my story, and it's simple, and I do have some messages, and I hope you enjoy it. So it's all about a global journey. Come and teach in the real Africa was the very small ad we read in the newspaper in 1997. My husband and I, we sold our house, we packed up our goods, we took our 3-year-old daughter, and we went to Ndola, Zambia. At that time, I was a music teacher. I had studied computer science, got computer education. I evolved into a computer teacher as we went into Zambia. We were in a school called Simba School, and this was a school that ran a British curriculum. It had a computer lab, non-networked computer lab. It had one computer in the library that was connected to the internet behind a locked door, 5 minutes away from the lab, and the headmistress had the key to the door. That didn't deter us though. We still did iron projects, and I still took kids into that room. I moved to the Middle East. I moved to Kuwait, where I found a much different environment, where I needed to be more culturally sensitive to the host country and, you know, just be aware of what I was doing in the computer room. Many things were blocked, but we still managed to do things. There were still sites and resources we could access. I was at the English School for Girls, a completely female environment, no men allowed at all in the door past reception. And for me as head of IT, it was a little problematic because, of course, the technicians who fixed the computers were men. So I used to have to stay after school till everyone had gone home, and then I could bring the men in to fix the computers. But I got a bit sick of this, so I said, what can we do about this? You know, I'm staying till 6, 7 o'clock at night, these computers keep going down, etc. So we came up with a scheme. If I yelled, "Man in the corridor," then the girls could go and grab their hijabs and go into the classroom and shut the door, and I could bring the men through. We moved to Bangladesh, the continuation of our learning journey. One of the poorest, most crowded and desperate countries in the world, but one of the most wonderful countries in the world. It was during this time at International School Dhaka that we implemented a Palm handheld one-to-one program at a time when the devices, you could not buy them in the country. So I still laugh at our head of school, John Sbrandio, you may know him. He sweated all the way through customs as he brought 2 suitcases full of palms in so we could actually implement this handheld one-to-one environment. It was while we were in Dhaka that Web 2.0 started to become, it started to emerge as a platform where you could actually connect and collaborate. and it was time to embark on something new. So in 2006, we started the Flat Classroom project, and I joined my Bangladeshi classroom with my colleague Vicky Davis, who's in Camilla, Georgia. We then moved to Qatar, and I wanted to transplant the Flat Classroom project and this connectivity and collaboration and global education that I was doing in Bangladesh into, once again, this Middle East environment. The challenges were technical, but they were also political. But once again, we solved these challenges. We connected teenagers across the world from very different cultures. My fears were largely unfounded. The kids wanted to connect. They wanted to learn about the world. They did it with pride, fascination, and excitement. I'll always remember one parent-teacher conference, the first one that I did. This gorgeous Arabic woman came rushing towards me, hijab, abaya, etc. I thought, oh my goodness, what's coming now? Her daughter was in the Flat Classroom project. I thought, oh, I'm in trouble now. She had tears in her eyes, and she'll say, we are just so enthralled. I've told all my family in Bahrain, I've told all my family in Qatar, we're just watching this Flat Classroom project. It's such a wonderful thing for our daughter to be in this. And I had tears as well. I thought I was going to be in big trouble. But it was an amazing parent interview. Coming to China, of course, is another story. And I was here for the last 3 years. I'm not anymore. But, you know, we're in China, and of course you have an understanding now of how cut off from the world we can be. But then again, many schools around the world cut themselves off from the world by choice. If you're in this situation, remember my words about China. There is always a way to connect and communicate. You just have to be creative and persevere. Our school programs can continue to be rich with multimedia and global collaboration opportunities. Tools will come and go, but pedagogy is the key. Very early on with Flat Classroom, we saw the power and magic of connecting students around the world, and we had a dream to bring students and teachers together face to face, to cement these collaborations. The first Flat Classroom conference was held in the Middle East, in Qatar. People said we couldn't do it. People said they would never come, but they came. We had people from Ethiopia, India, Pakistan, USA, Australia. They came to the Middle East, students and teachers, to connect and collaborate. In the words of Edgar, a student from Ethiopia at the conference, what the Flat Classroom really is about is connecting and bridging different people and different communities. Back. Learning is not necessarily about learning 1 + 1, it's about different cultures and learning about the world as a whole. I think it's really important and it helps to make the world a more global village. That's from a 16-year-old who came to the conference. Following the success of joining learners of all ages together in Qatar, we ran the Flat Classroom conference here in Beijing in 2011. Once again, it was a challenge-based conference with action projects, developing global curriculum and visions for the future. And we're doing it again in Japan, Yokohama International School next March 2013. If you are looking for the change that has to happen in education, we invite you to attend. Being an international educator and having a daughter as a third culture kid, I selfishly want others in the world to experience what we are privileged to live. I want them to be confronted with different religious and cultural beliefs and to be immersed in an environment where English or their own language is not the common language and you get by sign language or however you can. I want them to acknowledge and respect differences and learn how to use their personal strengths to create a bond of understanding with new friends. I want them to question, doubt, be amazed, experience alternative lifestyles, treasure similarities and learn how to get on with other people globally. And I want them to be able to do this without losing their own identity and sense of belonging to a country or a culture, and without feeling superior or inferior to any other person. I encourage you to embrace your own global journey. There are 3 takeaways from this story. I'm almost at the end. 3 takeaways. The first one, be open to alternatives. Remember, you can always yell, "man in the corridor." It's cool to be flat. You must connect with the world, it's imperative. Use whatever tools you can, do whatever you can, but you must connect. Go beyond the wow and embed global collaboration into what you do. And the last message, if you aren't doing it, it's not happening. Thomas Friedman said this in the rewrite of his The World is Flat in 2007. So get out there and make it happen. There are no excuses left. We have the technology, we have the pedagogy, it's time to join the world. And finally, my wishes for everyone, to experience meaningful connection and collaboration that is beyond the daily expectation, that is global in concept, practice and supports cultural understanding, and makes a difference to the world as we know it, one classroom at a time. Thank you.